This is the Waterdrop G3P600 reverse osmosis system, the tankless undersink RO with a smart LED faucet that shows TDS and filter life in real time. Key features that stood out to me are the 600 GPD high capacity, the compact housing that frees up cabinet space, the NSF ANSI 58, 42, and 372 certifications, and the promise of a 2-to-1 pure-to-drain ratio. It runs on 110 volts power, needs an outlet under the sink, and fits comfortably in a standard kitchen base cabinet with room to spare, thanks to the slim 18.112 by 5.67 by 17.72 inch footprint. From my experience, setup is straightforward if you're comfortable working under a sink. The color-coded tubing keeps things simple. The feed water adapter supports both 3/8 and 1/2 inch lines, and the drain saddle is familiar if you've installed RO before. The filters twist in without tools, and the faucet is the only part that might slow you down if you don't already have a spare hole. I've had to drill for faucets before, and it's the one step I always plan carefully. Use the right bit for your surface. Measure twice, take your time. After everything is connected, the startup flush takes about 30 minutes. Don't skip it. It clears manufacturing residue and primes the RO membrane. On performance, the flow is fast. The spec says 0.42 gallons per minute, which translates to filling an 8-ounce glass in about 8 seconds, and that lines up with what I see at the faucet. Coffee and tea taste cleaner, soups taste brighter, and the aftertaste from chlorine is gone. If you're new to RO, total dissolved solids TDS is a simple number that reflects how many dissolved minerals and salts are in your water. The faucet display shows the TDS of what you're pouring, and it's satisfying to watch it drop compared to tap. In my opinion, the smart faucet isn't a gimmick. Seeing both TDS and the filter countdown makes maintenance feel transparent instead of mysterious. Now, about that 2-to-1 pure-to-drain claim. While water is actively dispensing, the ratio can be close to what's advertised. What many people don't realize is that a tankless RO has to flush its membrane on its own, even when no one is pouring a glass. That's how it protects the membrane from scale and prevents TDS creep, which is the short burst of higher TDS water you get if the system sits idle. Those auto flushes are part of the deal with tankless speed. Depending on your usage, hardness, and local pressure, the extra flush water can add up, and the overall water efficiency ends up worse than the marketing suggests. If you're on metered water or watching your utility bill, that's something to consider seriously. Noise is another trade-off with a pump-driven tankless design. There's a gentle hum and a bit of water movement sound when it's running or flushing. I'd compare it to a softer version of a dishwasher's background tone. I've found that placing a thin foam pad under the unit helps dampen vibration. It's not loud enough to bother me in a normal kitchen, but if you're extremely sensitive to sound, you'll notice it. Day to day, I like the way the filters are handled. The CF composite filter, the CB carbon block, and the RO membrane each have clear replacement timelines, roughly 6, 12, and 24 months respectively, or by gallons used. The faucet keeps you honest, and the swap is literally twist off, twist on. I also appreciate the integrated waterway inside the housing because it reduces the number of joints and potential leak points. Still, I make a habit of checking the cabinet base for moisture occasionally and keeping an eye out for error codes. If you're new to RO, a quick tip: don't force the tubing into the push-fit connectors. Cut them clean and square. Push fully, then tug lightly to confirm they're seated. One practical note: this unit is certified to handle a wide range of contaminants, and it's tested by SGS for PFAS, heavy metals, and more. But the warranty materials caution against using unpretreated well water. High sediment can clog filters fast and shorten the RO membrane's life. If you're on a well, pre-treatment with a proper sediment and carbon stage is smart. The supported TDS level max is up to 1500 ppm, and the operating pressure spec is up to 87 psi. So if your pressure is unusually low, you may need a booster or a check to ensure stable flow. The look and feel lean modern. The white housing is uncluttered. The faucet has a clean, minimal profile, and the LED readout saves you from guessing when to buy filters. It passes the kitchen spouse test and doesn't make the cabinet feel crammed like a tank system. If you've ever dealt with an old RO tank losing pressure or taking ages to refill, the instant flow here feels like a small luxury. It's perfect for households that want fast, great-tasting water for cooking and drinking and don't have the room or patience for a tank. It's also a nice fit if you value seeing your TDS and filter life every time you turn the handle. If you're in an area where water conservation is crucial, or you're extremely noise-averse, or you're renting and can't drill a faucet hole, this might be a tougher fit. The standard package doesn't remineralize, so if you prefer a hint of calcium and magnesium for taste, You can add a simple post filter to bring back a little minerality. From my experience, the biggest mindset shift with a tankless RO is that the system is active even when you're not using it. That's normal. The benefit is speed and consistent pressure. The cost is the occasional hum and those automatic flushes. If that trade-off makes sense for your kitchen, the G3P600 checks a lot of boxes. I'd recommend this for families who go through several pitchers a day, anyone upgrading from a slow tank system, and cooks who care about clean, neutral water for coffee, tea, bread, and stock. In my opinion, the smart faucet and fast pour rate make it easy to live with, and the certifications give me confidence in what I'm pouring. If you decide to add a remineralization stage and keep an eye on water usage, you'll have a strong everyday setup. In conclusion, the Waterdrop G3P600 delivers excellent tasting water at an impressive speed, with a neat footprint and user-friendly maintenance. The main caveats are the real-world water usage because of flushing and the audible hum of a pump-based system. If those don't bother you, this is a solid under-sink RO that brings modern convenience to a space that used to be bulky and slow. If this video helped, please subscribe for more practical home tech reviews and drop your questions in the comments so I can cover them next time. Thank you for watching.